I mean a Pacinian corpuscle and a Meissner corpuscle. Pacinian, both of those up there, we're not going to go through, I'm just going to tell you, both of those up there are Pacinian. They're not a Meissner. Both of those are Pacinian. Pacinian corpuscles look like targets. Look like you're throwing a dart into a target. Now, if you look at a Meissner corpuscle look like you got a cotton candy, like a cotton candy on things all like this here, swirled up like this here, like a cotton candy. So that's one of the things you want to know the difference. But you need to make sure you look at the Meissner and Pacinian corpuscle. Okay. And then this is just saying where they localize on the skin. You need to figure all of that on that part of it. All right, which is more sensitive on the tactile, which the palm of your hand and the bottom of your feet. So the only one that's more sensitive, anterior of your neck, because that everything is real sensitive up here. But the palm of your hand and the posterior forehand, they're usually rough. You're usually using those, so you're not gonna really feel anything. All right, you want to see this chart right here because you will see it again. All right. This here model. You might want to make sure you get familiar with this model right here. Okay? Make sure you get familiar with the model. It might have different letters on different things, but make sure you know about this model. Okay?
Yeah, which one is this?
This is 8.
No.
The model is this is the cervical vertebrae on talking about the senses. This is your spinal cord right here.
No, my question is we've been tested on this before.
Yeah.
Practical. But we covered this in the last. Yeah.
It's
So
just
we
gonna
did it again?
review it again. Yeah,
It-
'cause
it's-
the next lab after that, we also went over spinal cranial nerves.
Yeah.
Did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure you know that. All right. Then these are the parts of the brain that you guys gonna have to be learning. Like right there, what that is right there. That is the parts. So you want to get yourself familiar with parts of the brain. Right there, would be what?
Superior and inferior.
Superior, inferior colliculus. So they all part of the what?
The
Corporal quadrigemma. So you need to make sure you get familiar with the brain. These are things that you need to be familiar with. Pupil response, sympathetic and parasympathetic. You need to know which one. If it's dilated, which one is it? If your pupil is normal, which one is it? Is it parasympathetic or sympathetic reflex?
Isn't it SD or something? Parasympathetics constrictor.
Definitely want to know what these chords and all this sort of stuff is.
Yeah.
This is the last
Very
one.
good, no, that's very good review. That forces you to go over brachial plexuses, they're very high.
Just let you know.
It's good to know, you better go ahead, you have time.
Just check. Make sure you're looking at it. If you want to debate, I can stop it right here. I'm just giving you a heads up on what you should know. Because you're entitled to, everything is for a game. Because when you take your TEAS test, they're not going to ask you what happened here. They're going to ask you anatomy questions from 101, 102. Might be a math question from first grade. What's 2 plus 2? You can't sit there and argue every point. I'm just giving you a heads up on what's going on. So either we can do this, and you can study the material, what I'm laying out for you guys, so you can go over, or we can debate it. All right? Everything is fair game. Everything. They can give you a test from the first thing. They don't just have to, they're doing you a favor by breaking it up into sections. We can test you on anything. On anything. Anything that we done told you in this lab can be testable at any point, at any time. So get out of the habit of thinking we're in this bank. Yes, we try to stay in that bank, but sometimes we have to go outside that bank. When you get a patient, you come in with these symptoms, but sometimes you got to look outside of those symptoms to find out what the problem is. Because this problem Like, who would think a toothache would be in conjunction with a person having a heart attack? They're two different areas. One is up here in the mouth, you think you would go to a dentist for, right? But that could be a sign of a person getting ready to have a heart attack. So just go over the information, make sure you look at it.
Just appreciate it.
Yeah. That's that one.
Who answers? Come on.
That's 8.
Okay, this is 9. This is the taste lab. Okay, you looked at these pictures, be able to identify all the different papillae, every last one of them. And I know Paxinium corpuscle is not a taste bud, but it's down there. All right, these are the structures, you know, whatever structure. So I'm just letting you know, look at the pictures, not the questions, because it could be different. The questions could be different. The papillae. Okay, look at the papillae. Look at the different types of papillae. Learn about the different types of papillae. What's the distinguishing characteristic? What do it taste? What taste bud does it have? Do it have taste buds? Are you gonna be, is it sour, sweet, or whatever? Yeah. Those are the things you need to look at. But I'm just giving you a hint on actually some of the histology that you need to know, on the areas you need to focus on.
So basically, just know all the structures and all
Yeah,
of the histology.
just grab all the taste buds and papillae, find the mapping of the tongue, which is not up here. See, I'm finna tell you something that's not up here. The mapping of the tongue. You remember when we did that exercise with the salt, the sweet, and the bitter and all that? That's part of that lab. It's not up here, but that's part of that lab. And I suggest you look at how to map your tongue and where the salt, the sweet, the umami, and all those flavors are at, because you're gonna see them again. All right. Okay, this is taste bud, circumvillate, V-shape, filiform, look like shark teeth, look like shark fins, fungiform, got a unique look to it. That's that one. Okay, this would be number 10. This is the eye. Every part of the eye. Make sure you know where every part of the eye is. One of them you probably won't be looking at on here. Well, I'm not going to stress out which one it is. That'll give you a chance to figure it out. But you want to know every parts of this eye, especially, which they don't even have up here. When we told you to look up the histology of the eye, where you had to look at the sclera and all of the rods and cones and all this stuff, make sure you look at that, because that is definitely going to be one of the things we're going to test you on. All right? See, it's not up there, but I'm giving you hints on what to study. Oh, it's in this one. That's why. That right there, you might want to make sure you're familiar with those. Every level of it. Because you will see that again. All right. This is asking a regular question on what you're looking at with the ophthalmoscope. Make sure you look at this right here. The 3 different sections of this. Make sure you know what that is. This is the cornea. Okay, how to when you do the eye chart, what do that mean? If you see it at 400 and I see it at 20, what do it mean? What's your vision? All right, make sure you understand that. The eye chart. The chart C over there, that's the Snelling chart. B stands for what? Stigmatism, right? And then the A is color blindness. You need to make sure you know what those charts do and what they are. That's a tease test. Phalange bones are present in which part of the body? D, fingers and toes. Right? Alright, let's see. This is 12. Hearing. Yep. You see that structure right there? Make sure you look at the cochlear slide. Make sure you identify the organ of Corte, the hair, know everything about the organ of Corte, know everything about the tympani, sclera, all that stuff. So you want to look at the full slide. Make sure you understand these are about the ear, the breakdown of the ear. Okay, yes.
On that first slide, it was talking about the inner and outer hair cells.
Yeah.
I don't understand the difference between the inner and outer hair cells.
The location. It's the location on where they're at, what they consider inner and outer hair cells. It's just location.
Okay.
Because the hair cells themselves, the basilar membrane, and all that makes up the organ of Corte.
Right.
They don't distinguish inner or outer. They just say hair cells, but they all make up the organ of Corte. So that's what you need to know. You need to know what makes up the organ of Corte. You need to know this stuff. You need to make sure you know, like I said, the eardrum, this ear canal, because we showed you the ear model. We went all over this. If you want, you can look at some of the YouTube videos on the ear model that Andy went over and go over with you. All right, this is cochlear, talking about the different rings, the level, anterior, lateral, all that posterior. That's what you need to know about those, just in case we pick those up. All right, let's see. Okay, these are hormones. These are the different hormones. Go back to the beginning. All right, these are talking about these cells when we went through the hormones and all the charts on that, the endocrine chart. You gotta know what is the pink area called. You need to know what that is. You need to know what the outside of this is. So I'm just telling you, grab this histology, take a look at it. All right, you need to know what the difference between the anterior and posterior pituitary gland looks like. I gave you two examples right there. Two examples of what they look like. You need to make sure you know the difference. All right. And this is about secretion of different things, which you guys should have the hormone chart, right? On the secretions and stuff. I don't know which one they're gonna pick because they got fair game on all of them, all 75 of them. But they can pick any one of those.
So we're doing a canvas, or they bring Scantron is much better.
I think Scantron is much better. So it's up to you.
Is that okay with you guys?
It's up to you on how you want it.
Scantron, like you look at it.
Yes, please.
So,
Yes.
I mean,
So-
for me it's easier.
so we'll
Great.
see. We'll have to see what they're doing. I don't know.
Oh.
Like I said, I've been gone for a week. I don't know what's been going on in that week that I've been gone. All I know is I'm trying to help you guys out now. All right, let's see. That's endocrine. All right, I think I just did this one. This is more pituitary stuff, talking about those things that you had to look up. Like I said, all what the hormone is, the gland, the target, and all this affected tissue. These are different things that might be on the test. I'm just letting you know.
You
They
said
have-
that, you said that.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
that could be on the test. They have fair game to choose from any one of that stuff, anything that they gave us out in the lab. The instructor has fair game to choose from. Okay. And label this. lacrimals, lacrimal glands. Okay, and right here it says C, 4, cannot be potassium, folliculata, thymus, instead it should be thyroid. And gland 1 is number 1, pancreas. And it's atrium, not ventricle. Should be atrium. Which it tells you right there in the hormone, it's atrial nucleotide. So they get your answer to it. Alright. And this is the hepatic, this is the hypophyseal portal, which you're talking about this section right there. Alright. That's the beginning now. That was more of the same. Let me go one more. Okay, this is today's. Okay, so that tells you, give you guys some certain parameters on what to study.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't give you the answers to the quiz, that